Regarding the Artifquakelet algorithm, it takes as an input the target spectrum that is automatically imported from the target spectrum panel. So you first have to compute it. After doing so, it will be automatically imported here, as you can see. And after, you also have to import an accelerogram, meaning a ground motion. You can do this, for example, from an external file by clicking on File on toolbar and upper left, and then clicking Import ground motion. This can be, for example, in a form of a txt file, and after clicking this file, you will see this dialog where you have to choose the type of content. In this case is time plus acceleration in terms of columns, with the acceleration column the second one and the time column the first one. And then also you have to insert the input acceleration unit, in this case it is g, and also the output acceleration unit that you want to see as an output. In this case I will leave g, and you can click then OK. This will import the accelerogram, as you can see, and after doing so you have to select and decide some algorithm parameters, even if the recommended ones are the ones as default. For example, damping, number of iterations, range in which you want to perform the matching, the wavelet parameters. After doing so, you will click Run Artifquakelet to run the algorithm. This will perform a number of iterations equal to the value that you inserted. In this case it's 11, and after you finished, you will see the summary. You will see that the best error is just 3%, and in fact you can see the input accelerogram in gray and the modified one in violet. You can see that the error is very low by looking at the response spectra and comparing the original one in the gray one with the modified one, that is the violet one. In fact, it is very similar to the target spectrum. You can also look at the convergence across the iterations. The error is lower and lower, and the same you can do by looking at the iteration log. After you finished your work, you can decide to export your result, for example by clicking File and Export a result. You can choose a destination folder, for example download, and this will download a bunch of files, as you can see, that we already saw in the application. Now we ran all these algorithms by choosing an external ground motion, but we could do the same thing by going on ground motion selection, choose and search for some accelerograms, select just one, and then by clicking on action and go to Artifquakelet, choosing the component, we will import this ground motion inside this tab of Artifquakelet, and we can perform Artifquakelet by doing the same thing that we already did, but this time on the selected ground motion from the database.